I've policed all around the state. I've never seen anything like Crisfield when it floods.
That fast. Whole Crisfield was just underwater.
Why stay here? I love it here. This is my home.
Home. But all it takes is a hard rain to turn these streets into rivers. The floods are killing Crisfield, Maryland's southernmost town on the Chesapeake Bay.
There's nothing that's not touched by our flooding issue.
It's a problem Mayor Darlene Taylor says has grown worse since her childhood here.
That was Subway, and it used to have to close all the time because of floods or even high tides.
A problem she says she was elected to solve. On her office walls are the plans she hoped would do just that.
This is where most of our flooding happens.
After she took office in 2022, Taylor formed a committee of residents, coastal scientists, and stormwater engineers from 15 different agencies. They met bi-weekly for almost 2 years, creating a proposal for FEMA's Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities Grant Program, also known as BRIC. Created during President Donald Trump's first term, BRIC funds local projects to reduce damage from flooding, tornadoes, and weather-related events.
FEMA has spent millions of dollars helping us recover from floods. So this type of grant was there to be able to help us prevent floods.
Crisfield's plan called for elevating roads, raising bulkheads, and improving drainage structure.
If you put everything together, that it could act as a seawall around our community and prevent the water from coming in.
Last year, FEMA granted Crisfield a $36 million BRIC grant, 9 times the town's budget.
Hold on to your hats if you have hats.
News that Frances Martinez Myers of the Greater Crisfield Action Coalition says sent an economic jolt through a town that badly needed it.
We had 70 investors here. We hosted an investor day, and she was able to tell all those investors, this is the news. And people left here really pumped and excited.
But a few months after President Trump took office, FEMA announced it was canceling the program and more than $4 billion in promised grants, calling it wasteful and politicized. Just like that, the $36 million Crisfield expected went down the drain.
I feel like the government, the administration turned their back on the community.
These waving Trump flags demonstrate why this is especially complicated in Crisfield, where a majority of voters supported the president in the last election.
In an article that someone sent to me, it says, Crisfield, Maryland's Trumpiest city.
What do you think the response is for this town that voted so heavily for President Trump when it's this administration that's drawn back this money?
Well, you have to understand that people are tied to their philosophies and ideologies. So they may see rationales in one way or another. But for me, I believe that should play in our favor.
Greg Kane hopes she's right and that the president will take a second look at Crisfield's potential.
It's a too beautiful piece of property to sit here with the weeds growing up on it.
Greg operates the Crab Place. His business ships fresh seafood to homes and is a leading tourism attractor for Crisfield with its popular crab parties and cruises.
The Jazzy Jeff event that we did over in the marina, we brought 800 people for that.
With news of millions of dollars in flood mitigation on the way, he was planning to expand.
We're thinking some of the lodging would be right up here in the front, a hotel concept with a built-out marina.
Now his plans are on hold.
There's been some hesitancy and some pullback, and we're just all waiting to kind of see what happens at this point.
You're a small business, you're a local business. You're the kind of business President Trump said he wanted to help.
Yeah. And we hope he does. I know he makes a ton of decisions, and I'm not going to criticize him one way or the other. I think if we just look at it from a merit perspective, they're not making any more waterfront. We need to save what we have. There's a huge heritage here.
In 1904,
town historian Phil Goldsboro, who also sat on the town's grant committee, showed the I-Team a picture of Crisfield in its heyday more than 100 years ago. Then, he says, the town had 25,000 residents, a bustling railroad, and was known as the seafood capital of the world. Now only 2,500 residents remain.
these are all houses. Many of them are gone now.
Now businesses sit shuttered. Families are leaving. Even Phil would like to sell his business and retire, but...
It's ready for sale, but no one's buying yet. Okay?
Why?
Maybe they know we're flooding, right? That's a good reason to not come here. And that's not only us, that's anything here.
Phil doesn't blame the president for making cuts, but says they should be proportionate so that towns like his still get some help.
Crisfield wants his piece. Don't say you get nothing. Don't cut us off.
Police Chief Eric Lee stays out of the politics of it all, but wants people to understand how regular flooding impacts daily life here.
People were stuck at the Family Dollar in town because they couldn't get out because the water was so high. It was eye-opening.
What do you think will happen if another Hurricane Sandy came through here?
I'm an optimist. If we have another Sandy in this city, I don't think this city would make it.
Before that happens, Mayor Taylor says she's searching for a way to keep their plan alive and is telling the story of Crisfield and hopes it breaks through the Washington gridlock.
You love this place.
Oh my God, yes I do. This is my home.
Why? What is it about this community that you...
Because for me, Crisfield is not a place. It's a feeling.
We asked the White House for comment, but they referred us to FEMA, which hasn't responded to our questions. This issue is now in court as a group of attorneys general, including from Maryland, have sued the administration, saying FEMA acted unlawfully by terminating the BRIC program. But in recent court filings, the head of FEMA testified it hasn't canceled BRIC and is evaluating its future. The judge wasn't convinced and has blocked FEMA from redirecting funds from the BRIC program for now.